Are you ready? I was asked, how do you interact with negative people and when they bring this bottomless pit of negative thought and energy into your life? So there's no real right answer for that. The truth is, I can't tell you not to deal with them, because if these people are part of your core life, mother, father, siblings, children, or whatever, that's not possible for you not to engage with them, right? So what is the answer? Because you can have an infinite line, and which we do, an infinite flow, which we do, or an infinite supply, which again we do, of supply and energy to counteract that. But is that your focus, and is that your purpose? So how I would like to answer that question is how you deal with this negative charge of negativity or thought forms or energy is to focus on you. If you're having a negative charge of thoughts or feelings, you have to understand the laws of the universe. As you are, and what you hold and what you carry, so it is attracted unto you. And that is the law of attraction. It's a universal law. Where I see is that, oh, that person is just negative. That person just got... It is there, and it's showing up because that's what it is. Either you're carrying it, or either you yourself has a segment or a ripple effect of that negative charge. So there's enough books, and there's incredible speakers and healers and beautiful words out there that are being spoken at a time. This is a true time of awakening, and this is a great time to be having this conversation where you are having... Our camera person just got knocked with something. So at the very end of everything, you might as well just laugh at what life is presenting you. But if life is presenting you with a bold movement of negative charges or people or conversations or thought forms, you have to bring it back to the self and know that you are the creator of your life. You are the one that's responsible. Either the thought is driving you, or you are driving the thought. And this goes into a conversation with regards to raising your awareness to how you're calibrating with yourself. Now, I didn't say collaborating. When you collaborate with somebody else and their negative charges or their negative conversations, that means that sooner or later you're going to be calibrating. And calibrating means that you're going to hook on. It means you're going to hold on to them. Sooner or later, that negative charge has to be exchanged. It's a transport. So if this is a negative charge here, and this is positive, sooner or later, if this keeps on going there is going to be an exchange of negative energy in your positive attitude. That's just law. It is what it is. It's an exchange purpose. If you are calibrating with the person or the energy or the thought form. So how can you prevent that? Because our world is a world of both positives and negatives, and that gives us our true rich environment for us to be heroes and champions of our own evolution, right? So how do we change that? How do we do that? For me, I go back to our core. I go back to our wheels of light, to the wisdoms we carry within us. Because at the end of the day, you know who you're being. Is your framework of a higher positive charge. You know when you wake up in the morning, you know who you're being, you know what your general sense of who you are as a personality, as a person is. Are you mostly positive or are you mostly negative? If you're mostly positive and you're feeling negative, well, that negative feeling comes to you as a signal, as an invitation to raise your awareness to your emotional aptitude of you having the ability, and also, let me remind you, the free will to clear up that negative charge if you so choose. It's what I call, sweeping away your space. And I say that because there are things that impact you, and I'm going to talk to you about that in just a little while. But for now, how you deal with a negative person is not as important as how you are dealing with you. If you're not able to recognize the balance between your positive self and your negative self, and that gives you no ammo and it gives you no armor. And armor means, that you have your own protection, your own light reinforced. How do you get this reinforcement so that you're able to counteract or simply avoid the harsh attack or exchange or discharge from an energy negative dump? How do you do that? So you're able to do that in many, many ways, and with everything and anything, there's a million ways to get there. But this is a beautiful way that reinforces you and enriches you to raise your awareness to self and to also raise your frequency and vibration, which is now like the common language out there. But people are talking about it, but they don't know how to connect to it. And so it opens up the ripple effect for a set of negative feelings within oneself if you're holding some insecurity about that, right? So how do you do that? How do you protect yourself from these negative charges? One, you know that you are connected to your higher self, not to the lower bodies or energies that are out there. Also, it's like you are able to unplug from the world and make sure that you're plugged into your higher self so that this vibrational alignment strengthens you from how you're connected to, how you see yourself, to what you're saying and what you're holding in your heart, to strengthening this armor of yours. So that when this person or these events come in and there's a very big negative charge dumping on you, what you are able to do? You're able to stay in your armored bubble of light without getting reactive, without being reactive or triggered or poked or taken out, like literally taken out of your own bubble, where now you are vulnerable and susceptible to these energies that you are now reacting to. So if you're able to maintain your alignment and know that a positive mind equals to many positive thoughts, and a positive heart and a sense of well-being gives you those positive feelings. Now, I'm not going to say that we're not yet to experience the negatives. It's through those contrasts that we evolve and enrich ourselves. But don't be fooled that you're able to create your best life and the life that you most desire from a negative charged place. That's very limiting because you are constantly reacting to what you don't want. And that leads to the conversation. Are you creating from a place of a positive aspect of yourself, or are you creating from a negative aspect of yourself? What's the difference? An infinite supply of divine light and protection, an armor that gives you strength to have understanding and knowing and compassion when there is a negative charge or a negative bomb of conscious actions, or rather, that's not conscious, that's unconscious actions, and you are being conscious, aware, and evolved enough to see the difference. It is up to you to recognize who you are being. Of course, there are going to be those days that you're going to be reactive. That's called being human. We are human beings and becoming who we are. It's how we evolve. I can talk here, and that's what I'm doing. And the truth is that I am only raising your awareness to these words and to these methodologies and to these visions and these opportunities through the storyline that I'm creating. You're only going to learn through experience, because words don't teach. What teaches you is your own experience of how you are feeling that negative charge, either through yourself or somebody else has injected that energy in your space, and it's now consuming you. How many times have you got bombed on and you just don't feel good anymore? How many times has that energy just come there? Oh my God, I'm loving this wind. But we don't get the wind the whole time, right? We're not outside continuously, because the universe and creation gives us the wind. And this is a great reminder for me to help you in a platform and a stream that is going global. This is one way that you can clear up the overcharged negative charges. The universe has its way. It throws a wind gush of energy to clear up the stagnant energy of anger and distortion. But what happens if you can't get out there? What happens if you can't get outside and the storms and that gushing of anger and distortion and frustration is happening right there in a building that's 36 feet high and it's filled with thousands and thousands of people? What do? You feel connected to your higher self. You breathe in this divine essence of who you are. Your knowing and your rays of light have the power to increase the energy within and around you, because only you and only you are the creator of your life. You do have the power. It is when you're calibrating with another. It is when you are holding on to them. It's when you are looking upon them and you're holding judgment on them that they can take you out of spectrum. It's up to you to be strong enough and bring yourself up and let it go. Let go of what you see in them. Let go of what you see in yourself that doesn't serve you. The negative charges get to you because you're being negative with yourself. You're being negative with you, your life, and those around you. The mind cannot remember. Actually, that's not the truth. The mind can only remember the past. Your mind has no vision of tomorrow. And the mind will always, always, always remember the hurts and the disappointments quicker if you are in an environment that is hostile, competitive, or in a place that brings a memory of the past with your ego mind to protect you. You have to know who you are and who you're being. It's not about you dealing with negative people. It's about you dealing with you and how you handle these negative people. Because it's not only the people. Our media is filled with negative, fearful charges. our social environments are filled and overrun with that. So what are you going to do? Become a hermit? Pull yourself back? Become an inverted creation and human being? The world is not going to stop evolving. Either you're going to come into it, or AI is going to overrun your whole life. So look at these negatives in your life. Write them down. Burn them. And then make a decision to who you are. Are you positive or are you negative? Because you can't be both at the same time. If I were you, I'd choose to be positive and allow the negative charges to show themselves when you're being negative. Otherwise, are you going to know, right? So how do you deal with other people that are being negative? Increase your self-awareness to how you are being. And if they're in a space that they are continuously taking from you and your space, well, those are things that you have got to learn for you. Mind clearings are very important. That's why meditation is so big. Focus of positive energies have the power to overrun any negative thought. Feelings that are not able to being rebalanced, well, you need to pay attention to that, because that's what makes you sick and brings disease into you, into your life, and into your body. This is why we do tools for your soul, and we do soul therapies, and we do frequency work and vibrational work, and we raise the vibrational attunement to you being you. It's important. It is important to clear your space, because thought forms have power. And so with that is, if you're feeling that you're being negative, give yourself the space to go clear your mind, your heart, and your emotional well-being, so that you can get yourself into a positive space. Right to Heal is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful space. I spoke about that earlier, how you can write yourself into well-being. It has many beautiful benefits. There is nothing like breathing and going for a walk with yourself, but not the self that's being negative. That should be a very quick run and sprint. Walk and talk with yourself in the benevolence and positive aspects of your life. Look at the power of your words. Look at connecting with your higher self. Build that relationship with yourself so that you know who you are being in the midst of all of these negative charges and people that you think you cannot control. The way you control these people is you work on yourself, you raise your vibration, and guess what? Those people will not show up, or you have been able to transform something magical, and you've been able to put a smile on their face when they truly just want to be angry. That is the magic right there. All right? I know that this is going to help you.